I'm deconverted man's cat, and this is gonna be really. Sorry. Oh, wait. Oh, I had I had a mouse in my mouth. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm deconverted man's cat, Ulu-san. Hi. I'm gonna look at this logical argument for God. Yeah, logical. Right. We'll see about that. Okay, here we go. Logical. Okay, premise zero. There's no such thing as a premise zero. That's not how argument work. Okay, already off to a bad start with premise zero. That's it should always be premise one. There is no premise zero. Okay.
Zero. Sort of the starting point. You want to start an argument with absolute rock solid. Nobody can reject data. So first point, I have thoughts. Thoughts exist.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. That tracks. Um. But you don't need to restate the same thing that you already stated in the first premise. So you just say thoughts exist. Okay.
Easy. Point one, thoughts just happen. We don't control them, originate them, create them, or understand them.
Um. Well, we do create them, and we do originate them. And whether we understand them or not is irrelevant because that would be an appeal to ignorance or personal incredulity. I don't understand how it works. It can't be something else. It can't be this or that. So it's got to be that. Well, no, sorry, but we thoughts do not just happen. In fact, neurology has shown us that how thoughts occur in the subconscious and then it becomes conscious to you. You can think a thought. Ready? Think about pink elephant. Ah, you did it. Yeah. Now think about a orange cat. Did you do it? Good. All right. So you made those thoughts. So they did not just happen. So that premise is wrong, and that should be premise two, not one, two. Okay. So um so premise one, thoughts exist. Premise two, I don't understand how thoughts work. That's what you've got so far. So that's not good.
Now there could be a moment where you hey, I want to make myself think of a polar bear and you put a picture in your mind, like I just did right there. Now, but that's very, very rare. Typically through our day, thoughts are just streaming about and we don't consciously do them. We don't sit there and say, I'm going to deliberately think thought A and have that thought right now. And so therefore I do. That
You absolutely can do that, though. I mean, the moment that you think thought A, you have thought A. I want to think about a memory. Boom, there's the memory I'm thinking about. Okay, and yeah, I wanted to do that. And like, you can picture stuff in your head. This is completely wrong. Like, I don't know how this guy's brain works, but it must be very different than my brain because I can think things and I do. So, hmm, I don't know.
that's not how our minds work. This is pretty straightforward philosophy.
Um, yeah, you're right. It's not how our minds work. How you wrote it isn't how our minds work. So, I'd advise you to look up how minds work because you got that wrong.
This is kind of not real controversial, but that leads to point two here, which is conclusion one. Something is putting thoughts into our minds.
Um, well, I don't know where you learned how to make a syllogism. In fact, I don't think you did learn how to make a syllogism because there's only one conclusion. That's it, just one. So you don't need to put conclusion one. It would say C, and then there you go. Something is putting thoughts into our minds. What? Huh? That does not follow from one or two. So even if we agree that yes, thoughts exist, and thoughts just happen, and that we didn't create them, originate them, and I would drop the understand them part because that's not irrelevant. That's just irrelevant. So thoughts just happen. Well, we don't know that, and in fact, that doesn't seem to be true. So what you would want to do is say, premise one, thoughts exist. Premise two, if thoughts do not originate from us and we do not create them, then something is putting them into us. Conclusion, there you go. Blah, blah, blah. Okay? That's how you fix that. But your argument's broken, so that's not good. But you keep going with your broken argument. Uh-oh.
That's astounding right there. If it's really the case we're not doing them.
Yeah, but we are.
Something else is. Now I know this is, there's all the philosophers of mind and so forth that are saying that we're doing thoughts. But
not just philosophers of mind, but neurology and brain scientists, neurologists, brain scientists. You know what I meant. Anyways.
But I don't think that the evidence supports that. And I want to see an argument that says all my thoughts I'm doing. I'm the cause of them. I originate them.
Why do you want an argument? Why not look at the science? Have you looked to see if there's any science to disprove your idea? Don't put that burden upon others. You should check it out for yourself and see if that's a potential counter negative to your argument. Okay? So, why not look it up yourself and not make anyone else look it up? You should see if this is true. Meow, meow, meow.
I think a lot of people would say, oh, your thoughts are caused by the world.
What?
Your processing of the world.
Well, kind of.
Maybe that happens sometimes. But still, I'm not in control. And a lot of my thoughts don't seem to be originated by the world. Last night I had this dream that my dog ran away. And we had a whole bunch of content terrible content that was it was just a horrible dream. And our dog's name is Luna. And
Luna.
Anyway, I didn't seem to
I know that cat's name.
have a lot of that content ever enter my life.
Okay.
Some of the different feelings.
You don't know how your dream happened, therefore God. That's an appeal to ignorance there, buddy. And that's all that is. I mean, yeah, we have dreams, and you don't understand dreams, but that doesn't mean anything. So you're kind of all over the place now. Read your argument, because it's not logical. I want to read the rest. You're moving your paper.
Planes and landscapes and so forth. So
come on,
anyway,
I think
we're safe to move on
3.
here.
No,
at least to point 3. We're going to get to a second conclusion.
Which would not be a second conclusion because that's not how, so this is improperly formatted, so that it would be discarded as a valid argument. Whether it's sound or not doesn't even matter. It's not even structured correctly. Well, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do? Meow, meow, meow. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Anyways, all right.
You can see here, God exists. The end here.
Okay, well,
point 3, thoughts are spiritual, not detectable by science.
Well, that's not true. First of all, you haven't established any spiritual anything in this argument. And so this is not connected to any other premise in your argument, making it a non sequitur. Yes, does not follow. That's what that means. And then you just say that they're not detectable by science, but that's not true. Are detectable by science? Let's see. With external brain scans and powerful computational model of language, scientists could detect the gist of stories that people heard, thought, or watched. Oh, so scientists decoded. Yeah, here's a look. Look what I found on the internet here. Um, yeah, scientists decode people's thoughts using brain scans, and here's a whole thing about that. And you can go ahead and read that. That pretty much debunks your whole little thing there. Just that one little thing. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Just one counterexample is all I needed. So, wrong, wrong, very wrong. Not that this guy, by the way, I've responded to this guy a long time ago. He didn't respond to my response. Nope, nope, no comment, no anything. Just ignored it. So, but yeah, if you'd done any research, you would know that you're wrong. Okay.
Without physical properties. Now that's where
Um,
where some of the fans of science are going to be uncomfortable. Now, when I say
now,
science, I'm kind of referring to the modern day science, which is mostly theory.
modern day science. Well, that's what? As opposed to ancient science? Like old? What? Wait. He's going to say something stupid here. Hold on.
Now, when I say science, I'm kind of referring to the modern day science, which is mostly theory. It's not like we're in the age of Descartes and Francis Bacon and Isaac Newton and so forth, where these guys were bent on empirical data.
Um, do you know what the word theory means in science? Do you? Because I don't think that you do know, and that's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. Meow, meow, meow.
Defining science. Now we're in the time of the theory of evolution, Big Bang theory.
Gravitational theory, radiation theory. Um, yeah, everything. You don't know what the word theory means in science. Got it.
String theory, and so forth, where the science departments have turned into philosophy departments.
Um, no, that's not. I mean, all you had to do was like Google what is theory in science. Here you go. Here you go. Here's one. Um, here you go. So, in everyday use, yes, we use the word theory to mean a hunch or whatever. Which I honestly think science should change it from theory to some other word because people just are stupid and they don't understand language. But whatever. Anyways, but for scientists, a theory has the opposite meaning. A theory is a well-substantiated explanation of an aspect of the natural world that can incorporate laws, hypotheses, and facts. The theory of gravitation, for example, blah 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 blah. You know, a, a theory not only explains facts, also allows scientists to make predictions of what they should observe a theory is true. Scientific theories are testable. New evidence should be compatible with the theory. If it isn't, theories are refined or rejected. The longer central elements of a theory hold, the more observation it predicts, the more tests it passes, the more facts it explains, and the stronger the theory. So, this guy is just wrong. And if he'd done just a basic little search, he would have had that. Let's just put that there in the comments because he doesn't Now, what is this? Natural History Museum of History. Let's see. Natural Museum of History. Let's see. Okay. All right. Just leaving a little jaded comment. Okay.
Which is fun, but it's kind of a mislabel to call them science.
No.
But that from point 2, conclusion 1 that is, and point
What?
3,
What?
we get this premise number 4.
What? No, it would be first after you have a conclusion, then you'd have a new argument. So you can't keep having. It would now be premise 1 if you had a conclude. Your things are broken. Okay, it's just so broken. Fix your fucking Fix your argument. I think I could say fucking. I'm a cat. Can cats say fucking on YouTube? I'm gonna say yes. Fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Fuck. Fuck fish. Fuck fish. Fish fuck. Alright, sorry. I'm cat. I'm distracted easily.
Only a spiritual entity can create a mind.
Well, that's an assertion. It would be a bald assertion. And nothing else in your argument points to spiritual or indicates spiritual, explains spiritual, proves spiritual. It's so this isn't even a premise. You could have made it a premise if you said, if a spiritual entity exists that can create minds, then minds could be created from it. There is a spiritual entity that exists, therefore minds could be created from it, or something like that. That'd be a hypothetical syllogism that would rely upon the person not negating the first premise or ignoring it completely. But at least it would be valid and sound because you would be putting it into hypotheticals. But you didn't do that because you don't understand logic, and instead you did this nonsense. So here we are.
With spiritual items. I can create. Sorry,
Okay.
Only a spiritual entity that can create a mind. The spiritual items can create our thoughts.
Right.
Now, if you look through where we.
You kind of, you needed to prove that. What's with the cat? I'm a cat. What do you want? I'm a cat. Yes, I'm a cat. Hello. I'm a cat. Meow. 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 Yeah. Even lobsters have to shit occasionally. You don't have to put the little star there. You can say shit. Shit, shit, shit. Shit, shit fish. Sorry, I'm a cat. Meow.
We've gotten so far. Points 0 through 3. It does point right to 4.
No, it doesn't.
And I understand some people will be concerned about 3. Point 3, but you don't detect thoughts by science.
I just showed that you can. Yeah. Remember that article? I just showed it. Should I show it again? Yeah, let's do that again. Yeah. Maybe we should put this on Science News. Did you even bother to Google anything you said? Okay, all right. That's
exists on low levels.
What?
Some of those Gansfeld experiments and so forth, if they're detecting telepathy, are really, really low level.
Detecting telepathy? Well, I don't even know what to say about that. Just, wow. Now, what I could do is a CAT scan of you. Meow. That's my CAT scan. And it's detecting that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So, let's keep going now, because it's funny. Meow.
and not like the vividness of our thoughts. Something
Huh?
else is doing that.
How do you know?
Um,
Where's your argument? You don't even have an argument for
so,
that. Oh,
um,
God.
I
Uh-huh.
mean,
What?
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. Say something coherent.
so that leads to point 4, though. Something else.
Uh,
Um, a spiritual entity that can create a mind with spiritual items can create our thoughts.
well, that wasn't argued for at all. Your previous premises did not link to that in any way, shape, or form. Making that completely a non sequitur does not follow. And also just a bald assertion since you didn't argue for it. But this whole thing is broken beyond belief. So I don't even think can we salvage this argument? Like, no, well, we'd have to rewrite it. And I don't have fingers. Like, I have paws. I don't have thumbs. So I can't rewrite it. So you'll have to do that for me. You'll have to write what his argument should have been in the comments of this video. My video, not his.
That right there, I mean, it's pointing right to the existence of gods. But let's go to point 5 first. Thought and mind are our reality. This is something that's sort of been neglected.
Thought and mind or wait, what? Thought and mind are our reality. Boy, you could have said that better. Thought and mind is your what? I mean, okay. So, what is this, like hard sophilism? Like, okay, your thoughts, the you that is you, like you're looking through your own eyeballs, and maybe you can see some eyelashes, some hair. Maybe you have facial hair. You can see things out of the corner of your eyes, but you always like that's how you see the world, right? And you never see the world a different way unless it's in your imagination, you know? So if you didn't have, if you close your eyes, then the way to see the world would be through touch or sound and smell, taste, right? So the less senses you have, the less access you have to the world. And of course, you can read that book. What's it? Helen Keller, I think. Or is that Amelia Earhart? No, Amelia Earhart got lost. I knew that. And Helen Keller, wasn't she the one that couldn't see? Or was she the one that's in the attic? Which one's in the attic? That's a different famous person that has a diary. Anne Frank? Oh, yeah, Anne Frank. Anyways, regardless, don't get those mixed up. Yeah. So, anyways, if you don't see or hear, then you just got touch, and that's a whole thing. And then, if you don't have touch, then you're really kind of just I don't know. I don't know how we would talk to that person. How we would communicate with them at all, or they could communicate with us. So they'd just be kind of like in their own like world. Yeah. And that would be kind of sad. And I guess there are people like that out there. Don't know why God would do that, but whatever. Anyway, so, but yeah, you know, you have to have some way to experience the external reality, but then there is an external reality to experience. Otherwise, well, you wouldn't experience it. Or maybe you don't have the senses or something. I don't know. It's just very weird, and it's not really connected to the other premises or anything. I mean, it's almost right. It's almost right. Um, um, yeah. So, what are you talking about over in chat? Let me look over there. Let's see. Logic has been negated. Sorry. I'm a cat. I can't read. Yeah. I mean, I can read, but not very well because I'm a cat. Logic has been neglected. You're right. It has been. Very good. Yes, you're right. A symptom of decay, maybe. Decay. Donkey Kong. Ba-da, ba-da. Don't get caught. Da-da, da-da. Donkey Kong. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a cat. I get distracted easily. I think I've said that before. Back to the video. Meow.
Bye. Sorry, I'm trying to hold this as still as possible.
Uh-huh.
This is the first line of Immanuel Kant's Critique of Pure Reason, where he talks about that we're trapped in experience.
Hold on. Wait. The first line? Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, sorry. I had to get a book. I had to get the book, Immanuel Kant's Critique of Pure Reason, translated by Norman Kepsmith. There's a preface. Skip that. Preface. Preface. More prefaces. Lots of prefaces here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Introduction. I don't know if he's talking about the introduction. Let's read the introduction. Let's see. The distinction between pure and empirical knowledge. There can be no doubt that all our knowledge begins with experience. For how should our faculty of knowledge be awakened into action did not objects affecting our senses partly of themselves produce representations, partly arose the activities of our understanding to compare those representations and, by combining or separating them, work up the raw material of sensible impressions into knowledge of objects, which is entitled experience, ? Okay, so that didn't sound like what he said. So let's get past the introduction. And let's see, he gets after the intro. Let's see, the first line is after that, just making sure this Critique of Pure Reason, chapter 1, page 63 in my book. Critique of Pure Reason, Transcendental Doctrine of Elements. Okay, then there's a blank page. Now it's 65. Transcendental Doctrine of Elements. First part, Transcendental Aesthetic. In whatever manner or by whatever means a mode of knowledge may relate to objects, intuition is the thought which is immediate relation to them, and to which all thought means is directed. That's the first line that he's got there, and that's not what you said. So you were wrong about that. Okay. Just saying. That's not what Kant said there. So, you can't quote Kant, then don't quote Kant, man. Anyways, so, yeah.
That's the case for our existence now. That could be different, and maybe the afterlife, some supernatural existence or something. But at the moment, in our reality, as conscious human beings in this reality, which I think of as a simulation, but whatever model you have, quantum universe, if you're a realist and you think things are just as they see outside of you, whatever, it doesn't really matter. You're trapped in your thoughts. And you can't ever step outside of that to look upon yourself. Your consciousness. You're trapped in it.
I mean, yeah.
So,
but
that leads to 6, though.
He got so close to being almost right, and then he went whee off into La La Land. Supernatural nothing communication. Anyway.
Spiritual being is creating our reality.
What? Okay, you didn't argue for a spiritual being. You didn't argue that it's creating our reality. So this is another bold assertion that is unsupported by your previous premises, meaning it's another non sequitur. You have failed all the logic. Everything has had a fallacy.
And therefore, God exists.
Well, given that your argument is full of logical fallacies, that's another non sequitur, by the way, because you don't even mention God in your previous premises. But not only is that another non sequitur, but everything about your so-called argument, it's not even an argument. It's not valid because it's not structured correctly, and it's not sound due to the numerous logical fallacies, bald assertions, lots of non sequiturs, and just plain out appeals to ignorance, personal incredulity, and just things that are just not true. So, this isn't a logical argument for anything at all. And you fail. Everything about this fail. I'm going to write that as a comment. Everything in this video is a logical fallacy. I swear. Well, maybe. No, wait. Everything in the argument has theological fallacy. You do not even structure the argument properly. It's not valid, nor can it be sound due to that. Also, it's not sound due to the logical fallacies. You don't know how logic works. Please study. Okay, All right. So, he might be a little bit confused on the meow part, but I'm a cat. So, anyways, that's all. Now, he talked about string theory, and being a cat, I support string theory. I think it's very important. Because without strings, I would, I don't know, I'd be sad. You know what? You don't want me to be sad, do you? Anyways, okay, thank you. So this was Deconverted Cat, Uwu-chan, and he doesn't have an argument. And thanks for watching, and please pet the kitty by subscribing and liking and commenting. Meow. Oh, he remembers jail theology now. Yeah, good. Let's see. That lobster shit and ran away, and now the cat's all we have. Yeah. Well, you know what? There's no lobster. There's no lobster talking thing that's free. So that I know of, or that. Well, no, I'm actually a cat. This is real. This isn't like one of those VTube thinkings or anything like that. So, and if anyone says otherwise, prove wrong. Yeah.